Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we're taking a look at Generation Zero. This game dropped on Steam in 2019 and people are playing this because, well, it is a man versus machine essentially. This game supports co-op as well, and essentially you are, well, playing in 1989 Sweden where machines have taken over the world and your job is to survive, loot, craft and fight the machines. So, you know, not exactly Horizon Zero Dawn or Terminator, but pretty close to it. Also, the world itself is rather realistic, you know, when it comes to it. Now, the game itself, in terms of requirements, are pretty, well, not demanding in all honesty. Minimum GPU is a GTX 660 with 2 gigabytes of video memory, and recommended GPU is a 960 with 4 gigabytes of memory. So, to be fair, you know, it can run on a potato, honestly. Settings wise, as usual, we're going with a 4K native with a 4070 Ti, full screen, no vertical sync, no dynamic resolution, and graphically we're going with a preset with Ultra. Now, the shadow quality can actually be cranked to Ultra as well. I'm going with the preset just for the sake of consistency, really. But if you want more shadows, I mean, knock yourself out. Here's the setting for it. Everything else, including texture resolution, volumetric fog, anisotropic filtering, SSO, motion blur is on, but in all honesty, I never played this game for prolonged periods of time, and while I was playing the game, I didn't actually notice any motion blur to begin with, so I'm not entirely sure what this setting does. For anti-aliasing, we're going with both FXA and TA. Apparently, it gives you the best, highest quality image, so, you know, let's keep that on. And chromic aberration, again, some games kind of look like an old movie, this one doesn't, so there's that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start a new game, just to get it out of the gate, and let's see how many frames you're gonna get and how the game looks and runs. So yeah, so obviously you're gonna get a little bit of exposition intro, what, how and why, and kind of so you understand where you start. I'm not gonna bore you with all this. So here we are, and what do we actually see? So the GPU is pulling 7 gigs of allocated video memory, 8.9 of RAM, and we are above 60 frames for now, so that's good. Game is running in DirectX 11, and you know, when it comes to survival games, you kind of need to pay attention to your surroundings because these sneaky machines are everywhere. Now this is a tutorial level, so I'm not expecting any machines to come down at us really, but the whole emphasis is go and find and loot stuff, because the more stuff you have, the better off you're gonna be. Maybe apart from this particular one. How many canisters I have? That's a good question here. Right, anyhow. Gun wise, we do have a gun, baseball bat and a mauler. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's swap them. Yeah, let's just keep them as they are. And yeah, right. So first aid kits, weapons and collectibles. Now you can actually sneak. There is a stealth mechanic in this game. Surprisingly enough, the robots are not exactly beaming onto you just because they can see you. It does require a little bit more than that for them to catch up to you, but I do believe some people might actually have relatively different view on this. When I was playing this game in co-op, it did actually intrigue me in regards how well the world is made. So as you can see, there's some shingles from the gate, you do have a police car, and you don't exactly understand what, where and how and why, and then you see an actual robot kinda taken out. So yeah, it is how it is.
Grandpa, Grandma, what's going on? I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm at the church. It's me again. Of course you guys aren't home. What were you thinking, Tidius? If you ever hear this, or if the police hear this, please, me. I'm at the Ebelholmen Church.
So yeah, in terms of the game's graphical design, it is very simple, and at the same time, that's the whole point. The game does not need to have flashy AAA graphics to drive the story, and honestly, this game is able to drive the story just by being itself, which honestly I would say is rather good in comparison to majority of the other games that are kind of trying to fill the niche and failing miserably at it. Now, if you really want to have the best experience out of this game, I would definitely tell you to get some friends involved. You know, it's way easier to not only walk around with other people, but it's also way easier to actually just kinda, you know, laugh about each other, give or take, when it comes to it. And yeah, in terms of interactions, you will have the full force of robots coming after you, so equipment management and, you know, finding weapons, keeping them up and so on and so forth will actually be way better for yourself. So yeah, locate and destroy an enemy. So obviously this is a tutorial mission, but still, you're gonna loot everything just in case. Now the world will save the progress as you play, so it's not exactly you're gonna be left completely alone and your save files will be gone, but then again, if you want to keep your game progress, you need to create an account for the company that makes the game, which honestly is a little bit of a, you know, cloud saves without having anything else to cloud save, but it's not that bad, you know. I've made this account and the game did pull up my very first gameplay from years ago. The save was right there, but obviously the game has gone through pretty much patching and, you know, optimization and whatnot, and I didn't really want to pull up the very first save, so to say, a couple years back from it. Let's see if we can sneak up on this. Follow the road and look for a church. Okay. And as you can see, the game actually does look pretty well. So you do have a skybox, you do have some morning dawn, and yeah, you know, it is kind of nice. So obviously you do have stamina. Luckily you don't have the hunger and drink water unless you die. But overall I would rather say, you know, performance comes first in these types of games. So yeah, I wouldn't want to say this is Horizon Zero Dawn, but Horizon Zero Dawn. Apologies, but yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, performance-wise, yeah, we're kind of hovering around 86 frames. It's not too bad, all things considered. In all honesty, I don't see any stutters or, you know, hiccups. But then again, I mean, despite the open world design of this game, it is how it is. So let's have a look-sees. So I think we can see at least 3 robots on the right hand side. So we have 3 of them. That's good to know. That's always a good news, I guess. Now obviously the game tries to persuade you to be stealthy, and honestly this game kind of will slowly push you towards a distant engagement. So, you know, a sniper rifle, a rifle, anything that does not require you to actually be right next to the robots, because they do rid you with holes pretty happily given the chance. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we'll try to hold down our fort inside of the church. As you can see, I'm already spotted, which is not surprising because I'm not hiding. But you know, it is how it is. Let's go and try to deal with this pest. There's someone else there. That kind of seems like all of them. For now at least. And then again, you know, that's kind of like the best part. Once you survive an encounter, you heal up, you patch up, you loot up, and you move on. And yeah. As you might imagine, this is what makes this game kinda nice. I'm just gonna loot up a little tiny bit. And yeah, even though, you know, the combat might not be, you know, this Apex Legends, Call of Duty type of stuff, it actually doesn't feel bad. Like, it doesn't bog you down. The aiming is something you might need to get used to at first, but overall, absolutely no issues with that.
Is anyone down there? Oh, thank goodness. I'm upstairs, by the organ. I'm in pain. I need help.
Oh, look at this. Bring item. Rifle silencer, absolutely. Rifle scope. Hunting rifle, oh man. So yeah, I mean, obviously we are gonna be doing some things here with all of these items once I figure out how to see it outside of this particular one, but let's put attachments on it. Silencer is on. There we go. Ammo is empty. Now that's not good. 1 till 4. I think there was some ammo here for the rifle as well, to be fair. 12 GA. Now, granted, you probably will not, you know, rob the poor person with from absolutely everything they have, but end of the day, you might as well just, you know, kind of do it. Let's assign it to slot 4. Oh, this would be so nice. 243 is the ammo type we need to find here, so let's just grab that. 2443. There we go. It's a soft point. You know what? It's fine. I don't mind. Let's take the pistol. Now, granted, you can actually loot up and kind of go through what's where and why, but I'm not gonna do it right now, obviously.
Oh, you're real. I didn't imagine things. My name's Therese. I hurt my leg and arm pretty bad. If that's okay, can you make me a first aid kit? There are some instructions on how to do it over there. Here, you can have this walkie-talkie. We should make sure not to lose contact, right? Could you go get my scout gear outside, if you don't mind? It's next to Miss Bikey. I have all you need to make a first aid kit. I can't go back out myself. I had to just drop all my stuff. I was too slow and I was in so much pain.
Collect the materials needed. So yeah, obviously, you know, you would kinda need to do that first. But you get the idea. Like, you know, go scout and it'll be fine. But since we are scouting everything anyhow, then...
Okay, good. Come back and I'll walk you through how you can make a first aid kit yourself. They always taught us you can craft anything out of almost nothing. We're lucky our priest Jonny is also a bit of a handyman.
Yeah, running...
This helps a lot. I feel a bit better already. Thanks. I appreciate it. Look, my grandparents have gone missing. They weren't home when those things... Can you help me find them? This island only has one main road anyway, so if we want to get help, we need to go west. There's a clear cut nearby. We can start there. Grandpa used to be a woodcutter. He'd work there sometimes. If we're lucky, we might find something there.
And if I'm not mistaken, you could actually drive a bicycle, because that's what I was doing at the first. And it is kind of funny when it comes to it, but it works. So yeah, obviously we're gonna be trying to be with a little bit more stealth since we have a hunting rifle.
Anyone for 4 days. Yeah, since Friday. Do you know where everyone is? Those machines, they just showed up out of nowhere.
Well, probably not the best start, but hey. And yeah, obviously you probably are not going to be
Machines
running
are
around like
clear-cut.
this, but hey.
Don't be reckless, please. What? They're distracted. By a radio. Oh, that's so great. So, let's keep an eye out for anything that makes noise.
Glorious operating right there. There were two of them though.
Stenhaga Farm? Yeah, it's just a bit further down that road. Alright, so some people in the area gathered there. That's good. Our family has known the Anderssons since forever. So maybe it was my grandparents' idea to meet up there. They do have lots of space on their farm.
So yeah, anyhow, I think you've guys seen enough, and honestly, I'm not even gonna try to say that I know what I'm doing in this game. I clearly do not. But I would say this is an interesting experience when it comes to it. Specifically when it comes to exploration and crafting, approaching different machines, combat engagements and stuff like this. And look at this, like the game actually looks good. It looks pretty decent for the story and the gameplay it's delivering you. So it might be on the softer survival genre side, I would want to say. You know, it's not exactly as unforgiving as, you know, something like Green
It's
Hell,
good
for
you found
instance,
me.
or Sons of the Forest, but
There's
still.
no one else I can turn to. We were on a camping trip with my old scout group. We all turned 18 this year, so it was kind of a party, you know. We were there for a couple of days, having a great time. But when I came home, that's when it all started. My buddies, even the police, they're all dead. My family, maybe they're dead too. I hope someone helped them.
So yeah, anyhow, robots aside, performance-wise, absolutely fine. 4K, ultra settings preset, and yeah, as you can see with all of this, it is actually not bad at all. So, you know, go in, grab your friends, and try not to be killed like I'm about to be killed right about now, because hey. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Who knows, maybe even in this game. If I'm lucky to survive. That's all I have for you. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you over. Bye bye.